So the next thing that we have is cosine rule. Cosine rule is one of the last rules that we have to learn before we move on to the one of the final parts. So cosine rule again is also gonna be used in a specific type of triangle. As we learned that Pythagoras and trigonometric ratios are used when we have a right angle triangle. And sine rule is used when you have a non-right angle triangle. And it's also the same for cosine rule, but it's a bit different. Let's first write down the opponents for it. It is used when you have non-right angle triangle and no angle side pair is given. So two things, not a right angle triangle and no angle side pair. This is the final thing. So first of all, let's write some question. Let me actually write down the actual formula. So cosine formula is this. A squared formula. A squared is equal to b squared plus c squared, explain what ABC is as well, into 2bc cos of A. Let's explain what this is. First of all, let's take an example for this. For example, go down a bit. I have this triangle. Okay. And over here, let's say this side is 34 degrees. Okay. This side is X. And this side over here is 9 and 7. Someone says, find X. Now, in a question like this, can I use Pythagoras? No, it's not a right angle triangle. Can I use trigonometric ratios? No, it's not a right angle triangle. Can I use sine rule? It's not a right angle triangle. That fits one of the conditions for sine rule, but the second condition is that it also has to have one angle side pair. We only have one thing that comes close. That's sine 64 and x, but we don't have the pair. We don't know what x is. And same thing for 9 and 7. We only know the sides. We do not know what the angles are for them. So what do we do now in this case? This is where sine rule comes in. Sine rule says that this formula over here, a square, a is the side that the angle is facing. A is the side that the angle is facing. Let me also write that. This is very important because some students do mix this up. A is the side the angle is facing. So in this case, let's say we have a squared. That means we have x squared is equal to b squared and c squared. Now b and c are those sides that touch the angle. So we first have to mark them down. A is x, b is, and it doesn't matter what b or c you take is, it does not matter. You could take b as 7 and c as 9, it will still give you the same answer. So b is 9, c is 7. That means 9 squared plus 7 squared. 1 is 2 into b and c, so that's 9 into 7 into cos of A. A capital means the angle. That means cos of 34. So x squared is equal to, we can quickly solve on the calculator. So 9 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 into 9 into 7 into cos of 34 will get 25.541. But again, this is not the answer. This is x squared. You take the square root, you're going to get 5.05 as our answer. So the one thing that I had to clear up is, why did I say A is the side that angle is facing? Because sometimes people think, okay, in a question like this, we take A as anything that we do not know. No. You can have a question where you've been given this side and not this side, or not this side. And you still have to use cosine. You will still use cosine, but in that case, you're going to you like use different values for it. For example, let me give you one more example. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, let's look at this question. In this question, again, we cannot use Pythagoras, we cannot use our trigonometric ratios, we cannot use our sine rule. We will still have to use cosine, but again, x is not going to be the side that we're not going to do x squared equals a squared. Sorry, if we go back up, we're not going to say x squared is equal to b squared plus c squared. No, in this case, our a is 9 because that's the side that the angle is facing. So a is 9, b you can take as 2, and c is x. So our formula is a squared 9 squared is equal to b squared plus c squared 2 squared plus x squared minus 2 into 2 and x add into cos of 63. Now, on this question, again, this will involve some quadratic equations as well, but this is a very rare question that you will get this. But still, if you do get this, I'll show you how to solve it. So 9 squared, that's 81. 4, you just get x squared as it is, minus 4x, 4 into, let's put cos 63. So cos 63 times 4, 1.816. So let's first write that down. 1.816x. And let's take 81 over here. So we have x squared minus 1.816x minus, you have minus 81 plus 4 equals 0. Simplify that, you get x squared minus 1.816x minus 77 equals 0. Now, look, for this question, again, you have a quadratic equation now. To solve this, you can solve it easily on the calculator as well. Like if you have a KSU calculator, you can go to mode setup. You can click 5. It's gonna say EQN. Going there, you're gonna click 3. That's gonna get you to the quadratic equations part. Then you can find out the two answers. Okay, so you'll put a as 1, meaning our value of a over here is 1. A being the value with x squared, that's just 1. And b being the value with x, that's minus 1.816, and c being the value that's minus 77. So you put this in the calculator, that's 1, then you have minus 1.816, then you have minus 77. And now it will give you two answers. One answer is, let me go a bit down, write them down. X1, 9.73. Okay, and the second answer is minus 7.91. Now, sir, but which do we know is the correct one? I'll tell you. If the sides over here are the sides of a triangle, meaning they're the lengths, right? So can the length ever be negative? No, the length can never be negative. That means our only answer over here is this one. We cannot take this. This is wrong. Because length can't be negative. So again, this is a very rare question that you get this type, but if you do, then you know how to solve it. You're going to first make a quadratic equation, and then you're going to get two answers. One's going to be a positive one, one is going to be a negative one, and then you just take the positive one because, and if they ask you, you just say, this is, the second one is wrong because length cannot be negative. It's the same thing as saying, like, if you get if the answer was age of a person, and you get two answers, one is positive, one is negative. Like you can't have a negative age of anyone. Okay, so this is the answer for this one. Okay, I have written down 3 questions. Again, as always, these are your homework. do them. Tell me in the comments. If you guys have any questions, let me know as well. And you can see the notes in the description as well. And that's going to be for today. Bye bye.